Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Disco Elysium. Okay, this episode may feel like it doesn't move things forward very much, but I think it is an important thing to show the struggle, because the decision that I have to make now to progress the case has me very, very conflicted. We've tried to be a good Harry, and we've not always succeeded at that. But I think at this point in the story, we are way more aware of when we are intentionally not being the best Harry. And this definitely impacts some of the decisions that we have on offer. And so in this episode, we're going to see if I have the wherewithal to make that decision or not. Hello, and welcome back. All right. It's time for a date with Mr. Evrart Clare. So we are going to try to forge our signature, or the resident's signatures on his little document here, and see what he has to say about it. So let's just see if we can do this here. For some reason, I thought we had to do it in the shack.
You
and
take
maybe
the
we
legal
do.
documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
But I guess if we do it out in the open, just in the middle of Martinez Square, we can ask him what he thinks. Let's get Kim involved. Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
Maybe it has to do with, like, I don't know, is Kim gonna think it's improper if I forge these signatures? At the same time, I also think, like, he's gonna know we didn't go around and get their signatures. I don't know.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I'm kind of curious what they would say, though. Let's see just what they say, because I don't want to go into this thinking I know everything about, like, this would definitely be bad for them. Who knows? Let's, like, ask the people who it actually affects. Imagine that. Let's actually talk to the people this affects rather than just going in with our own idea. But first, can you clean this filthy jacket for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
I've got all the time in the world.
Hell yeah. No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah, let's wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Okay, so we got a new jacket. We'll come back to this. Let's see what she thinks about the envelope.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Evrart wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center. Let's shoot straight.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses.
Yeah.
Have you asked Lilienne about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board.
Okay. So, Washerwoman is not on board. Which is interesting. Where's that filthy jacket? Was it this one? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool jacket. Pain threshold and half light. Okay. We'll keep that one ready to go if we need it. Let's see what Lilienne thinks about this little deal.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official.
Lilienne is a gem. This place is kind of growing on me, you know.
Aye. But don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Now, what's on your mind, Officer Harry?
I seem to remember we asked her and she was also, like, not really that interested. So... Or maybe I changed my mind. Maybe I pulled them away or something. Okay, I don't want her to sign them, so I'm gonna save Scum. And just see.
Waves are beginning.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
I wasn't expecting new dialogue. What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
She's a true free spirit. I don't want her to sign this, but I'm kind of worried that if I hand this to her, she'll do it. But I just don't know. So I'm going to save Scum it. Let's see.
Evrart and his plan for the village. I guess it does sound nice enough. Aye. Why not?
She does not sound happy about this.
Fine. Here you go.
Wait, why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
I mean, it's Evrart, so it's probably a mistake.
Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored.
Man, this is tough. Yeah, I mean, like, if I were not in the confines of the game, you could have this conversation before you get the signature, right? You could say, like, so what are the reasons to sign it? What are the reasons not to? Yeah, I was just curious about this dialogue. I'm not going to proceed with it this way, though.
Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. If it's a bad idea, she won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me.
I'll be seeing you then. Let's see what, is this Isabel? The washerwoman?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Got Lilienne's signature. Will you sign the papers now?
Lilienne should let her sword make her decisions. The girl just doesn't have the head for it. Either way, I won't sign.
Wait, you promised.
You need to check your facts, officer. I said no such thing.
That's true. So it was a test.
Lilienne's not the only one who's too thirsty.
What do you have against the Union?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart?
I don't, actually.
Rich men are always selling poor men promises we never planned to keep.
She's a wise lady. She pulls a dark red rag out of the bucket and puts it back.
Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
She speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here.
Interesting. Okay, I'm actually reconsidering my save Scum here. I may commit to this. Because Lilienne is exactly as the washerwoman is saying. Maybe more persuadable because that is her vulnerability. That she has kids. That she grew up... she's looking at her history and saying, like, look, I grew up in this environment. I started drinking when I was 11. It wasn't great for me. She has that perspective of personal experience plus a present incentive. Like, maybe this would be good for my kids. You can hear it in her voice that she doesn't morally think it's a great idea, but she's trying to put her morals aside and do what's best for the next generation, which is very noble. But yeah, you can tell that it's not really, her heart's not really in it. Washerwoman may not have such a present tether to, like, the next generation. We don't know if she has grandchildren or whatever. I mean, clearly she cares about, you know, let's say Lilienne's kids. It's a tough one, but yeah, she's strong in her convictions after a long life, and that's also very admirable. I think it fits our character to be somewhat in the middle as well. To be persuaded to get Lilienne's signature because of, like, we've also been trying to help the youth, and we also don't really know. I'm kind of leaning into the whole idea I was just talking about, how, like, look, well, why don't we talk to these people rather than just assuming we know best? We don't have kids. We're not parents. Let's talk to them. And Lilienne was actually okay signing it, although we can sort of see past her feelings a little bit. But the washwoman's not. And I'm not going to, like, try to persuade her. I don't think that that's a good idea. Because that... we would be basically emotionally manipulating her because she trusts us and because she likes our name. And we would be asking her to put a conviction aside. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to Evrart, Claire, with one signature. And fuck the save scum. We're doing the roleplay. Lilienne... we'll find a way to get your kids to have a good life, a safe life, without destroying this community. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do it all! Okay, fuck it. We're going back to Evrart Claire with one signature. Let's see what happens. I'm not playing into this hand. I'm not gonna forge some signatures. That's corrupt shit. We're a good cop and a good person as well. Let's stop back again on this little thing while we're here, since we're checking off
You're
side
back
quests.
before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since...
Rhetoric, 17%. Do we have anything related to rhetoric that we can put on? Any rhetoric boosting skills? You would think I'd fucking memorize this shit by the time as we've done so much swapping. Plus, if we don't forge the signature, we have an extra point to blow on some other shit. Okay. I think that's all we got. Just the white polo shirt. Okay. Is any of this stuff messing with it? No, it's not.
You're back before the cargo container.
28%.
Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Persuade the door to open.
And
Shit.
as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with the rhetoric.
We'll come back to this one. Let's see what we can get out of Evrart Claire first. Maybe we'll need that skill point for him. It is a priority. I will persuade that thing to open. All right, Evrart, I'm back. This time I have a sword. It's not a fishing rod, is it? It's something else. I don't know. Okay. Mr. Evrart. Let's pop the bow tie on. Oh, maybe we... No, let's keep the volition up. We gotta be strong here. Probably could use some drama boosting. The sunglasses will keep us cool. Keep us empathetic. To see past his bullshit. Anything else we can boost empathy with? I know we had some... Didn't we have some empathetic boots or something? What do we got on here? This is an empathy destroyer. Do we need rhetoric to talk to Evrart? Persuasion? Yeah, I feel like we do. Maybe Evrart... Maybe we do have a reason to boost our rhetoric. We'll see. Composure. Oh, we need composure. +1 to shivers. -1 to authority. We gotta take that off because Mr. Clare operates on authority here. Okay. This might be what we go with. Yeah. Okay. We're doing pretty... We're sitting pretty good, I think. With what we need from Mr. Clare. Alright. Let's see what happens.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes.
He's so slimy.
Now, what can Evrart Clare do for you today?
I mailed the signatures you asked me to get. Can we just bypass this?
No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone and everything that happens in this town, and I know there's no letter in that mailbox yet. Just like I know you'll get it done. Once you stop horsing around, let me know when it's done.
You mean the fishing village?
Yes, yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that union attitude.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy...
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people... Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
You're not asking who benefits, though. You benefit first, before them.
We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up, and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor.
It's sad, because what he's saying is practically true, but I don't believe him.
He means it.
He does mean it, but I don't believe his emotions. It seems exploitative.
By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
Oh, man. So what do we do? Do we forge the signature? I don't like the idea of forging the signature. We have to get our gun. We have to do something to get our gun, and I don't know if there is much we can do besides getting them from... Besides getting help from Evrart. I'm conflicted. What my brain comes to is maybe. Maybe we can get the signature and stop or displace Evrart from power before it goes through. I really don't want to see Lilienne and Isabel lose their homes. But I don't want Evrart to get what he wants. But I do want the youth to have things to do. I'm so conflicted. This is why I'm not in either a detective or in politics or in developmental planning or in social work. It's hard to find like what's the best decision here. My specialty is in helping people figure out what they want and not doing what I want. I'm super indecisive in my life, but I want to help other people be decisive. Maybe that's why I'm a therapist.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help. Sure thing.
Please give me more information on my gun. I really don't want to go through with this. Did I sell you my gun?
You
With Kim here too? That just sounded...
were adamant about getting rid of it, officer, and I don't like it.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quite. You were very distraught when I said that I don't normally.
You sucked on a gun. Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there's more dialogue here, if there was some sort of check we missed before. How much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy.
That's
and
pretty
then
bad.
back to you. It's clear this has got to be the most. Wow, there's pity there too. In case you didn't notice.
Yeah, that's okay. I've got a wellspring of Kim's pity.
It certainly does, especially in Revachol.
Shit.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if they went their way. It was a trip.
Wait, then it might be true. Everart's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Sure, man.
There's got to be another way to get my gun than giving in to fucking Claire. Maybe I can. Maybe that I've got an in now with Titus and the gang. I can. Maybe they know something. They trust me a little bit now. Come on, come on, give me something. Where's my gun?
The Copper NATO is back. What do you want?
I want my gun. Guess there's nothing there. Shit. Come on. Think, Harry. The game would not. This game would never only give me one option here. And at the same time, I also know that it would never give me a perfect option, which is what's brilliant about the game. Tommy, do you know where my gun is?
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Damn it, Tommy. I guess I will just go fucking... I don't know, cry in a corner. I turned him into a bad person. That is literally the worst thing we've done. I feel so shameful and regretful about what we did to Tommy. Do you know anything about my gun?
Everything's still cool.
No. Shit. There's got to be a way. Think, Harry.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. Yet someone used to live here, laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing.
Why are you doing this to me? Look, I'm already conflicted. Look, there's nothing here. There used to be happiness and joy here, and it deserves another shot. It deserves someone putting some money into this community to help it grow again. I do think that. I just hate who it's coming from, but I guess this comes down to like the whole idea of like I forget how it's said, but there's nowhere you can be 100% with your morals in capitalism, right? Because if you pay for anything, from as small as like your groceries to a consumer item or something, like you're benefiting some sort of corporation, some sort of out-of-touch greedy CEO who does not have your best interest. I think it's, there's no ethical consumption in capitalism is the quote. Look at me talking about politics. Look, you would have to go like live on a remote island and be 100% self-sustaining to have your hands completely clean from helping any sort of fat cat. And Evrart is that fat cat, and I think the game wants us to be in this dilemma. Someone used to laugh here. I don't want to destroy this place because there is so much good in the people here. But I also think because of that, it deserves another chance. If I think what the only compromise I can think of is like, let's get the signatures. Let's get Evrart to build the fucking thing. Or let's stop him, displace him from power, take advantage of the grace we're building with him to get an in. Or, I don't know, find some way to help the people if they do end up getting displaced. We have to do something. And despite having, you know, played the like moralist route, although I don't really align with anything moralist in this game, I just didn't want to commit to the other ones. I'm not a moralist myself, according to this game's philosophy. I think being on the fence is stupid. Obviously in American politics, things are very polarized, but one is objectively worse than the other one. And yeah, so I think that it's unethical to be in the middle and to say, well, this is we have no responsibility to do something in the situation that we're in. I guess we do have some sort of responsibility because we know that we can do something. And we just have to gamble and bet on we're going to make a decision that's potentially has some good outcomes and some bad outcomes, and we won't know what they will be until we move forward with them.
In this yard?
Lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows takes off in the distance.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
What's a block obscure?
A black bloc. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war. Or one that has fallen to gang violence. Or has become inhospitable in some other way.
So this part of the coast is a block obscure.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
Maybe they left something useful
Yes,
behind.
for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
We should move. I don't think our suspect is in this particular yard. No place to hide. And besides, it's too close to Martinez.
I mean, when I think about it, it's like, yeah, if we put a youth center up here, the area is going to have to be gentrified in some capacity because, yeah, a developer like Evrart Clare isn't going to want to just build a youth center that is surrounded by block obscure. To attract the kind of attention he wants on it, it's going to require some investment in the entire area, which may end up being good. All of us are contributing to something bad just by the nature of us living in this system. And you could worry yourself crazy over that, or you could just, I guess, learn to accept and live with it and try to make the best decisions that you can with the outcomes that you know you can. And not get too hung up on, like, if I make a decision to support the youth center, it's not really like, am I responsible for every bad thing that someone like Evrart Clare does outside of that? I don't know. It's for every individual to decide. I think the system we live in is garbage, and we need something different. I don't know what that thing is. There's money laying on the ground. That's a thing. What have we got here? Smallest church in St. Psalms. Okay. So I guess that's for the karaoke thing, which is another thing that we'll check in on. I'm gonna ask Isabel for her signature. I don't know what else to do, guys. It's impossible to make a 100% good decision here. But I also think it's 100% possible to make a bad decision. We're just gonna make the decision that we can with the information that we have.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I'm sorry, Isabel. I don't want to do this. Do you have anything that boosts suggestion? I don't feel good about this, but I'm so conflicted. I'm just gonna have to trust that because we do this, there will be more options later on to pivot to something better. Because I think being decisive about this is important. Because if we don't decide, then Evrart will find a way to get what he wants. He will. Whether we're involved or not, he'll forge the signatures. He'll send someone down here to bully the citizens and get the signatures. Like, he'll get what he wants. At least this way, we can put our hand on the scale and I don't know, maybe influence the outcome a little bit in someone's favor. Sort of the devil you know.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Just there's so much wisdom in her voice. I feel so bad for this. No other game has made me feel this conflicted, which is what's beautiful about it. It's very real to life. There are no perfect options. I'm going to convince her to sign the document.
Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation. What's the grandmother's deepest vulnerability?
I hate this.
Does this feel like a good thing, though?
No.
The grandmother card will do the trick. Last chance to turn back.
There's got to be another way. There's just got to be another way.
Almost had it.
There's got to be a different way to do this. I have to at least explore my options. I can't do it. I can't do it. I especially can't do it because I'm a mental health professional. Because I know how this stuff works. I know people can be emotionally manipulated, and it just feels so wrong. It feels so wrong to know people's vulnerabilities like that and to deliberately exploit them. Even if you know you're doing it for something good. There has to be something else. God damn it. We're right back where we started at this episode. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. I legitimately have to think about this. Kim, do you have any words of wisdom?
Yes?
Okay. We're coming back to this. We're not done. I am not done with this case. This is the most consequential thing in this playthrough to me because it revolves around what our main interests have all been. Which is, I don't know if there's much we can do with the people who are around right now to solve the problems of Martinez, but the next generation of people for sure, if we can build them up and provide them a better opportunity, then things can start to change slowly over time. And I don't want to mess that up. Shit. Okay. Next time we'll try again. We'll try again.